This is the X Sports Network.
At C&B Linen, fast, friendly, and reliable service is our promise to you. Because you're not just a customer, you're family. From multi-use linen to branded floor coverings and a complete range of cleaning supplies, C&B Linen is here to make sure you have everything you need. From our high-quality products to our fast, friendly, and reliable service, you'll experience the difference with C&B Linen. Because you're not just a client, you're part of our family. You'll be winning with C&B Linen.
If you're looking for a company that can do it all when it comes to building, look no further than Chattanooga Properties. From new home builds to remodels and commercial projects, our contractors work hard to give your space a new life from planning to finishing touches. Whether it's new interiors or dirt work, they see your big picture without forgetting the small details. In the market for a new home, they partnered with Freeman Development to bring new homes to the Oak Hill subdivision of Lawrenceburg. That's Chattanooga Properties, licensed and insured. Call today or visit Chattanooga.com.
Here at Fields & Brown Barbershop, legacy means a lot. We're trying to fill big shoes left by my two uncles and my grandfather, where every haircut came with conversation and every customer left a little taller than when they walked in. The barbershop is about pride. It's about knowing your barber knows your name and your story. Come see us at Fields & Brown Barbershop, where tradition never goes out of style. 3 generations, 1 legacy, your barbershop.
Why should you bank with Employee Resources Credit Union? We offer a wealth of services, including mobile banking, video banking, bill pay, and more. We also offer loan rates that are lower than those of our competitors. Employee Resources Credit Union has been a financial pillar since 1964, providing long-time support to members of the community. Join us and become part of the ERCU commitment, not for profit, for service. Why should you bank with Employee Resources Credit Union? We offer a wealth of services, including mobile banking, video banking, bill pay, and more. We also offer loan rates that are lower than those of our competitors. Employee Resources Credit Union has been a financial pillar since 1964, providing long-time support to members of the community. Join us and become part of the ERCU commitment, not for profit, for service.
I'm Mike Keith, and my friends at Elliott Johnson Insurance have a great partner in Auto Owners Insurance. Auto Owners makes it easy to get life, home, car, or business insurance. Let Elliott Johnson Insurance find the Auto Owners policy that makes a difference in your life. Call Elliott Johnson Insurance at one of their 3 locations, Florence, Loretto, and Lawrenceburg. Elliott Johnson Insurance, moving forward for our clients every day.
Lawrenceburg Flooring and More is your premier source for hardwood, laminate, luxury vinyl tile, sheet vinyl, residential and commercial carpet, carpet tiles, ceramic and porcelain tile, waterproof floating floor, plus blinds and shutters. Lawrenceburg Flooring and More is also home to all name brands and can tackle projects big and small. Installation? You're covered with installers who've got years of experience and stand behind their work. Let Lawrenceburg Flooring and More make your design dreams a reality. 2760 Highway 43 North, or visit LawrenceburgFlooringandMore.com.
This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome everybody here to Roane State Community College as we get you ready for this TCCAA volleyball matchup and our TCCAA volleyball game of the week featuring the visiting Tigers of Chattanooga State and the home squad, the Raiders of Roane State. This is AJ Good here on the X Sports Network, going to be bringing you the action here this evening. Let's take a look at both sides coming into this match. Chattanooga State at 7-2 overall, 3-1 within the league. Their head coach is Christy Lenore. For the Raiders, coming in at 2-12 overall, 1-3 within the league as well. Their head coach is Jamie Hannon. Taking a look at the stars for both sides. Leading things off for the Tigers, Sydney Smith, 87 kills, 57 digs on the air. Caitlin Anderson, 121 digs. Bailey Seal, 253 assists on the air, 69 digs. The leading kill getter for the Tigers is Ava Higgins, 126 kills on the year. Quincy Henrique right behind her at 75. Also Chloe Gibson with 99 assists so far on the year. For the Raiders of Roane State, leading their attack, Madison Bethea, 86 kills, 134 digs to go along with 8 aces. Also helping them out, Jaden Parker, 66 kills, 58 digs. Leads the team with 19 blocks on the year as well. McKenna Cameron, 59 kills, 188 assists, 115 digs, 9 aces on the year. Pretty impressive. Also Jenna Hensley, 50 kills, 12 aces, and 97 digs. Those are the ones to look out for as we get ready here for this TCCAA match. So both sides will be wearing white in shades of their own colors here for this match. Chattanooga State will have more orange into it. Roane State will have more red into it. A beautiful facility here in Harriman, Tennessee. Really well done. Looking forward here to this TCCAA matchup here between the two this evening. Both sides are getting ready here for this matchup. Again, with our second game of the week volleyball matchup. Roane State was featured in the first one as well. They were at Dyersburg State. Yeah, getting ready this matchup between these two. Very familiar with each other throughout the years. So to serve it up here for Roane State to get going will be McKenna Cameron. Cameron's serve, that is dug out by Anderson. Trying to slap it over was Seal. And Bethea over the net, diving save there by Higgins. And trying to slam it down on the other side was Thompson, but couldn't. Big hit. And that one is down, and just like that, Bethea gets her team on the board with a 1-0 lead. So a good start to this one for Roane State, 1-0 here in the first set. Like to serve it up again is Cameron. That's over the net. That is dug out by Cameron. Slamming that one down and in is Henrique. Third on the team in kills and ties it up here at a point apiece. Next serve coming up here for Chattanooga State. Dug out by Bethea. Anderson trying to set up Jelaine Anderson and does. And Roane State off to a 2-1 lead here in the first set. Back to serve will be Bethea here for the Lady Raiders. Gets that one off to the side. And that will tie things up here at 2. Anderson will go back to serve here for the Tigers. 2-2 here in the first. That one's dug out by Bethea, saved in the air by Cameron. Blocked down and in. A great job by Higgins, and that will make it 3-2 Chattanooga State. Back to serve again will be Anderson here for the Tigers. Sends that one over the net. That is dug out. Now trying to set up Cathcart, and that one tipped down and in. Lily Cathcart comes off the bench, gets the kill, and we are knotted up at 3. Checking in now for the Raiders will be Jaden Parker. Serving this one up as Bullock. Seal sets up the intender right there. Now going back to work and slamming that one down. A big kill from Caitlin Foster. Came in with 34 kills on the year and makes that a 4-3 Lady Raider lead. So Roane State taking it to him here in the early going. Serve up. Sent over to Seal. Seal setting up Smith, and Smith makes him pay. We're all tied up at 4 here in the first set. Plenty of options on this Tiger team. Not going to be an easy mark no matter who you play. Checking in for the Tigers will be Kaylee McElwain. Seeing some action here, going back to serve. Be Shiloh Sheiks. Back to serve. Hits it over the net. That's dug out by Foster. Trying to set up Anderson, and that deflects down and in. Roane State takes advantage of that one. It's now 5-4. Next serve up. And down and in for the ace. Roane State gets that one the fall. They now lead 6-4 here in the first. Back to serve it up again is Anderson, team leader in aces. And unfortunately that one goes wide. Makes it 6-5 here. Raiders still leading it. Higgins will go back to serve here for Chat State. Is dug out by Bullock, giving chase is Cameron. Now setting up Parker. Is dug out by Sheiks. Now Higgins will get it over the net, and that one is in. Just a get over ball turns into a point. Back-to-back points here for the Tigers. We're all knotted up at 6. Be Higgins' turn to serve. It's part of a state championship team at Sale Creek. It's dug out by Bullock. Cameron. Over to Parker again. That is dug out by Sneed. Now setting up Smith. That's dug out by Bethea. Cameron over to Foster. Tipped and sent back over to the Raiders. Bullock. Cameron. Parker tipped over. Dug out by Higgins. And setting up Smith. Dug out by Bethea. Sent over by Cameron. Higgins. Sneal. Back to Higgins. That's dug out by Bethea. Cameron tries to slap it over. Raiders save it. Foster will get it over. Diving save by Sheiks. Beal gets it over. Dug out by Bullock. Cameron here to Parker. Off of Higgins. In the air is Anderson. Smith gets it over. Dug out by Parker. Now Foster will tip it over the net. Smith. Beal here to Higgins. Can't get it over. And a really good point. Great effort on both sides is won by the Raiders. 7-6 here in the first. Back to serve here for Roane State is Kinley Hayden. Hayden serve. Dug out by Higgins. Now back to Higgins. That is dug out by Hayden. Bullock back between the lines, and Parker will get it over the net. Sheets, Beal, Smith. That one is in. A good response from Chat State. 7-all here in the first. Smith will go back and serve. 7-all here. Serve is over the net. That is dug out by Parker. And the pass from Cameron to Bethea, not a good one. And it's now 8-7. 8-7 the lead. Smith back to serve once again. As dug out by Anderson. Cameron now over to Parker. And that one finds its way in. 8-all here in the first. Good start for both sides. Cathcart will check in. Bullock will check out. Parker back to serve here for Roane State. Her serve. Dug out by Sheets, sent back over, and Bethea makes them pay. 9-8 Raiders. Well played match here between the two so far. Serve here from Parker. Dug out by Higgins. And they're going to set up Henrique for the kill. She makes them pay, and we're tied up at 9 here in the first. Checking in will be Sneed. She will come in for McElwain. Sheeks checks out. Anderson back in. Back to serve is Sneed. That is dug out by Hayden, sent over by Cameron. Sneed, Beal, over to Henrique, cannot get that one over, and the Raiders now lead at 10-9. Cameron back to serve, second time here in the first set. It is dug out by Sneed. Beal in the air, Henrique over the net. Dug out by Hayden. Cameron passes over to Bethea, tipped over, dug out by Higgins. Beal tries to send it over, just a bit wide. Raiders now leading it by 2, 11-9. Next serve here from Cameron. That one goes a bit long, so it's now 11-10. Next service up. Getting it over is Beal, dug out by Bethea. Cameron setting up Bethea, tips it over, dug out by Sneed. Beal into Henrique, dug out by Hayden, and a miscommunication there will turn into a kill. 11-all here in the first as these two going back and forth. Next serve up will be Seal. Seal serve will go long. So Roane State now leads it 12-11. Sub coming in, that's Foster in for Hayden. Bethea back to serve. Sent over the net, dug out by Anderson. Seal over to Higgins. That one is in. Higgins, a team leader in kills, ties it up here at 12. Smith comes in for Henrique. And back to serve is Anderson. That's serve. That is dug out by Bethea. Cameron over to Foster. Dug out by Anderson. Seal setting up Higgins. Tipped and in. Back-to-back kills for her. And the Tigers retake the lead 13-12. Anderson back to serve again for Chat State. 1 point lead here in the first. And a miscommunication, that's going to turn into an ace. So a 3-0 run here from Chat State makes it 14-12. Anderson ready to go again. Dug out by Bethea. Cameron setting up Anderson, that is dug out. Seal, Smith, mishits it, works anyways, it's a kill. 4-run run makes it 15-12. And Roane State's going to call their first timeout here of the first set, trailing by 3. We'll take the break with them here on the Exports Network.
You know, storing Lee Furniture is not just some huge chain store. But we do have a 144,000 square foot showroom right here in Leoma, Tennessee.
The Story family has worked together in the business now for 55 years.
And a familiar face is here to help you with whatever you need. That's what being a part of the community right here in the Tennessee Valley means. And if you have an issue, we're right here to take care of it. And don't forget free delivery. We invite you to come see us. We're Story & Lee Furniture.
This is the X Sports Network.
Chattanooga State on a run here, 4-0 as they lead. Roane State 15-12 here in the first set. Anderson getting ready to serve this one up. Dug out by Foster. Sent over. Battle at the net will go to Chat State. As Sneed and company were battling there at the front, and the point will come to the Tigers. 16-12 here in the first. Anderson with the hot hand to serve again. Dug out by Foster. Cameron gets it over to Anderson, who gets it over the net. Seal over to Higgins, slaps it over, dug out by Bullock. Anderson back to Bullock, who gets it over the net. Seal sending up Higgins again. That one will not be handled. 6-0 run to make it 17-12 Chat State. Ball will stay with Anderson. Gets over the net, dug out by Bethea. Cameron. Cathcart slaps it over. Seal. Anderson now over to Higgins. Tips it over. Dug out by Anderson. Cameron. Over to Foster. Dug out by Anderson. Seal slaps it over. Dug out by Cameron. Bullock sets up Foster. That one is in. A good answer for Roane State to end the Chat State run. 17-13 here in the first. Bullock back to serve after that 6-0 run was ended. Her serve. Smith in the net, saved by Seal, and getting that one over are the Tigers. Cameron. Parker tipped. Can't be saved. A good effort there by Smith. Falls down. Back-to-back points, 17-14. Bullock back to serve again. Dug out by Smith. Seal. Back to Smith. Goes long. And now Roane State going to run. 3-0 to make it a 2-point game here in the first. Back to serve is Bullock again. Dug out by Smith. Saved by Smith. Gets it over. Dug out by Cameron. Bullock setting up Anderson. And mishits it. And Chat State ends the Roane State run. 3-point lead, 18-15. Checking in for the Tigers. McElwain and Sheets. Checking out was Sneed and Smith. Sheets back to serve. Dug out by Bethea and down for the ace. 19-15 the Tiger lead. Next serve is dug out. Now Cameron. Here to Anderson, who gets it down. 19-16 now. Slow roller back to Jalen Anderson. Second on the team in aces with 12. He's dug out by Sheets. Higgins. And getting it over is Anderson. Anderson, Cameron. Parker tips it over. Dug out by Higgins. Seal Now to Smith. Dug out by Bullock. Cameron setting up Foster. Gets it over. Sheets. Seal. Over to Higgins. Blocked down and in by Roane State. A 2-point game, 19-17. Back to serve again is Jalen Anderson. Gets it over the net. Dug out by Anderson. Seal in the air. Smith fading away. Gets it over. Bullock. Cameron. Parker. Wide. Break for Chat State. Now on the back stretch, leading this one 20-17. Next serve up from Higgins. That is dug out by Anderson. Cameron. And Bethea gets it over. Dug out by Anderson. Seal setting up Smith. That one is in. 21-17 Chat State. Coming in now for Seal will be Chloe Gibson, second on the team with 99 assists. Higgins ready to serve. Is dug out by Anderson. Cameron. Here to Parker. That one is off the antenna. And another point. 22-17. Roane State going to call their final timeout here of the first set. We will take that break with them here on the X Sports Network.
Hey guys, I'm Kyle Hammock, General Manager here at Heritage Automotive, your Chevy GMC dealer in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. I'm from Marshall County, Tennessee, where I went to Cornersville High School. I attended Cumberland University. After Cumberland, I went into the United States Marine Corps to serve the country. After that, I went right back into the car business. I'm very familiar with the car business. I have been around the car business pretty much my entire life. And my commitment to you is to ensure the most competitive new and used vehicle pricing on the market, as well as the best service around. Well, we'll treat you like family here at Heritage Automotive in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
This is the X Sports Network.
And back here at Roane State, where Chat State leads in the first set 22-17. The Raiders have used both of their timeouts. Higgins back to serve. Dug out by Anderson. Cameron over to Foster. Dug out by Chat State. Smith over the net. Dug out by Anderson. Bethea now over to Cameron. Left-hander off of Higgins and back. Bullock. Cameron. Parker. That one is wide. And a point for Chat State, now 2 away from taking the first set. Higgins ready to serve it up. Dug out by Bullock. Battle at the net. Cameron can't get that one over. And now Chat State. Set point here at 24-17. Higgins ready to serve. Dug out by Bullock. Cameron over to Parker, gets that one over, dug out by Smith. In the air over to Higgins. That one is in. So Chat State is going to take the first set here 25-17 to lead this one 1-0. Take a couple minute break. When we return, it's time to start the second set. That is next on the X Sports Network.
A moment in real estate with my dad, Jeff Hood.
You know, I get asked a lot about what the market's going to do. How's the real estate market? I've been selling real estate for a long time. And nobody has a crystal ball. And you know what? When it's your time to buy or your time to sell, it really doesn't matter what the market's doing. It's your time, and you have to do something maybe. What makes a difference is the agents and the experience that go to work for you. We're Keller Williams Hood Company, located here in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. We can help.
Hood Company, powered by Keller Williams, the #1 name in real estate.
Welcome to Mid-South Barn Dominiums. We realize there's a lot of options when it comes to finding a builder for your next home. Here at Mid-South, we understand that customer service, quality, and selections are very important. It's a very large time, money, and an emotional investment, and we're here to listen and care. We realize the kitchen's the most used and abused room in the house. Our cabinets are locally custom made from Sanderson Cabinets out of Lawrenceburg. They're real wood, poplar or maple, whether you paint or stain. All comes with slow close hardware and many pull-out different style options to choose from.
Since opening our doors in 1904, Builtwell Bank has existed to be the local economic engine for the communities we serve. No matter if you're buying a car, saving for retirement, or finally buying that forever home, Builtwell Bank is here to help. From personal checking and savings accounts to a full suite of business and commercial banking with treasury management services, we'll make sure you'll have a dedicated Builtwell banker that understands your unique needs and stands by you every step of the way. No matter where you are in Tennessee or Northwest Georgia, there's likely a Builtwell Bank location nearby. Come see us and let our dedicated financial team help you with all of your banking needs. Member FDIC.
There's a reason owners Tyler and Cindy McDowell chose the name In Service for their towing business. They did because it's their goal to be in service for you on the day that you need them the most. In Service Towing is now known far and wide for their response time because minutes matter when you're broken down. Or their 24/7 availability, you can call them anytime for service. Their professional team with years of experience and their fairness, plus their know-how in dealing with the unexpected. But the thing that In Service is known best for is how they treat their customers, and that's like family. When you need them, call them 931-843-9098.
Make your lawn a legacy. At Legacy Lawn and Landscapes, we put more than 16 years of experience into your goals. We won't meet your expectations, we'll exceed them. We offer consultation, installation, maintenance, hardscapes, construction, and land clearing services. Owner John and Jamie Brewer with their team are dedicated to providing the highest quality landscape services to commercial and residential clients in Middle Tennessee. Service, teamwork, results. That's how you leave a legacy.
There's a reason owners Tyler and Cindy McDowell chose the name In Service for their towing business. They did because it's their goal to be in service for you.
This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome everybody back here to Roane State, where Chat State took the first set from the Raiders, 25-17 to lead this one, 1-0. So back in action here. Raiders were on a pretty good run there in the early going. Trading points back and forth. Unfortunately, just could not stick around with Chat State. So they will flip. Chat State now going from left to right, and Roane State going from right to left. Back to serve. Here for the Tigers will be Seal. Gets this one over the net, dug out by Anderson. Cameron over to Bethea. Blocked. Bethea gets in the air. Battle with the net. Blocked down and in by Bethea. And Roane State has now tied this one up. Has now gotten the first point of the first set, 1-0. Good start to this one here for the Raiders. And back to serve will be Cameron. Had the hot hand a couple times here in that first set. Gets it over the net, dug out. Off to the side by Sneed. Seal over. Henrique gets that one tipped over to Hayden. Cameron. Bethea. That is dug out by Henrique. Anderson setting up Henrique again and can't get that one over. And Roane State now with a 2-0 lead. Back to serve is Cameron again. Anderson digs it out. Henrique. Now to Higgins, who will get this one over the net. Hayden passes over to Cameron. Here to Bethea. That one can't be saved. A good effort. And Roane State out to a 3-0 lead here in the second set. Great start to this one for the Raiders. Back to serve again. Here is Cameron up 3-0 here in the second. Gets this one over the net. That is dug out by Anderson. Seal here to Higgins. That's a rocket, and they're going to call Roane State in the net. First point of the set here for Chat State, 3-1. Anderson back to serve here for the Tigers. Gets that one over, dug out by Bethea. Cameron over to Anderson, dug out by Chat State. Setting up Higgins off of Bullock. In the air is Hayden. Bethea tries to slap it over. Diving save. Seal. And getting this one over is Sneed. Cameron. Bethea. Dug out by Anderson. Seal pushes it over. Hayden passes to the front. Cathcart. Here to Anderson. Slapped over. Sneed will get it over the net. What a point. Cathcart blocked. Higgins digs it out. Anderson. And over is Smith. Dug out by Hayden. Cameron tipped over, and Bethea finally gets it down. 4-1 is the Roane State lead. What a battle as Foster will come in for Hayden, and Bethea back to serve. 4-1. Bethea serve. Dug out by Sneed. Seal. Here to Higgins, slapped over and in, and Chat State will answer. 4-2. Sheets checking out. Well, Sheets checking in, excuse me. Also joining her is Kaylee McElwain. That serve is dug out by Bullock. Cameron in the air. Foster gets it over. Diving attempt by Sheets, and Cathcart takes advantage. 5-2 Roane State. Good start to the second set for the Raiders as Parker will check in. And Bullock back to serve. 5-2 here in the second. Served by Bullock, a rocket. Dug out by Sheets. Seal. Higgins. Dug out by Bethea. Cameron. Nobody there. Anderson does find a way to get it over the net. Anderson. See. And Higgins just a bit wide. Now 6-2, Roane State. Bullock ready to serve again. It's this one, a rocket dug out by Sheets. Seal can't save it. That will be an ace. 7-2 now for the Raiders. And Chat State will call their first timeout here in the second set, trailing by 5. We will take that break with them here on the X Sports Network.
Got primary care? Find your way to better health with primary care by One Stop Medical. With decades of combined experience, you'll find a one-on-one relationship just like the old days, but with the convenience and technology of today. When One Stop Medical does primary care, it's the best. Call today for an appointment and find your way to healthy living. Serving Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Hohenwald. Phone 931-244-8220. Primary care by One Stop Medical at its best.
This is the X Sports Network.
A great start to the second set for Roane State as they lead Chat State 7-2. Here in the second, Chat State took the first set from the Raiders 25-17. The serve from Bullock. Dug out by Anderson. Seal here to Higgins. That one is in. A big kill from Ava Higgins out of Sale Creek High School, now 7-3. Back to serve is Higgins again. It's this one over the net, dug out by Bethea. Cameron, here to Parker, tipped, dug out by Anderson. Seal, Smith, that one is in. Good answer by Chat State, now 7-4 here in the second. Back-to-back points out of the timeout, well done by the Tigers. Next serve. That is dug out by Bethea. Cameron. Here to Anderson. Dug out by Anderson on the other side. Seal. Smith. That one is in. A 3-0 run for Chat State. Here to right out of the timeout. Good job by them. Back to serve again is Higgins. A rocket dug out by Bullock. Cameron. Parker slaps it over, dug out by Higgins. Seal. And Smith dug out by Bethea. Cameron in the air. And Foster will punch it over. And right on the line. That will break the run. Make it 8-5. Back to serve is Jalen Anderson. Hits it over the net, dug out by Higgins. In the air is Seal. Over to Smith, dug out by Bethea. Cameron. Foster. Then balls around, can't get it over. Foster with another kill. 9-5 Raiders here in the second. Serve up here by Anderson, dug out by Higgins. Seal slaps it over, and that will find its way down. 9-6. Seal doing a good job just to find its way over. Came in team leader, 253 assists here on the season. Next serve up here from Smith. Over the net, dug out by Anderson. Cameron sending up Parker, dug out by Henrique. Smith now back to Henrique, gets it over. Dug out by Anderson. Tipped. Now Seal. Into Henrique, slapped over but wide. 10-6 Raiders. Seeing her first action for Chat State coming up is Madison Roach. 25 kills on the season. Hayden back to serve here for the Raiders, leading by 4 in the second. Off of Sheets. Anderson back between the lines, and Sheets will get it over the net. Anderson, Cameron, Bethea, tipped, and find a way over. Parker, Cameron, Parker again, slaps it over. Sheets digs it out. Seal, and down and in for Roach. A good answer by the Tigers. Now 10-7. That's Sneed checking in along with Malia Smith. So Sneed back to serve, down 3 here in the second set. Tigers took the first set, 25-17. That one is in the net. At 11-7 Raiders. Back to serve is Parker. Gets that one over the net, dug out by Higgins. Steal. That one deflected wide, a kill for Roach. 3-point game, 11-8. Seal to serve, team trailing by 3 here in the second. That's wide. And make that now 12-8. Cameron's turn to serve. Seal over to Higgins. Off the antenna. 13-8 Raiders. Next serve here from Cameron. Dug out. Setting up Higgins. That is dug out by Cameron Bullock. Back to Cameron. Dug out on the back line by Sneeds, pushed over by Seal. Hayden in the air, passes to Cameron. Now to Bethea. Blocked down and in. Higgins comes away with that one. 13-9. Back to serve is Anderson, dug out by Bullock. Cameron now to Bethea. Never made it over the net. 13-10, back-to-back points here for the Tigers. Anderson the serve again. Dug out by Bullock. Cameron setting up Cathcart. Smith gets it in the air. Seal here to Higgins, blocked. And Higgins doesn't miss a second time. A 3-0 run, 13-11, Chat State. And a timeout will be called by Roane State, leading by 2 here in the second, their first timeout. We'll take that break with them here on the X Sports Network.
This is the X Sports Network.
Roane State just called their first timeout as they lead 13-11 here in the second set. Anderson back to serve here for Chat State. A pop fly found its way over. Hayden send it back, battle at the net. Bethea gets this one in the air. Cathcart can't get it over. And Chat State has made it a 1-point game here in the second set. Tigers took the first, 25-17. Next serve up here from Anderson. That is dug out. Bullock, Cameron, over to Anderson. That one's in. Good answer by the Raiders. 14-12. Foster will come in for Hayden, and she will head to the front line. Bethea back to serve. A rocket just a bit wide. 14-13. Sheets and McElwain will check in here for the Tigers as Malia Smith and Sneed check out. Sheets back to serve. Over the net. Dug out by Bullock. Cameron here to Foster. Dug out by Anderson. Sneed. Higgins over. Can't be saved. And the Tigers tied it up at 14 here in the second. Serve here from Sheets. That one is in the net. 15-14 Roane. One-point Raider lead here over the midway point of the second set. Trying to even it up at a set apiece. Bullock back to serve. Dug out by Smith. Setting up Higgins to Sneed. Blocked. Smith gets it over. Diving save by Bethea. That will go wide, and we are tied up at 15. Higgins back to serve here for the Tigers. Off the top net, dug out by Bethea. Setting up Foster. That is dug out by Anderson. Now Smith blocked. Dug out by Sheets. Higgins, and that's one hit too many. Roane State retakes the lead 16-15. Anderson ready to serve. Dug out by Higgins. Seal. Smith. That is long. 17-15 Raiders. Next serve coming up here for Roane. Pop fly, dug out by Higgins. Seal. Back to Higgins, tipped. Dug out by Bethea, passes over to Cameron. Now to Parker, tipped, dug out by Anderson. Seal. Over to Smith. That one is in. A good answer for the Tigers. 17-16, still a 1-point Roane lead. Roach comes in for Anderson. Smith back to serve. Over the net, dug out by Bullock. Cameron saves it, and Bullock will get this one over, but long, and that will tie us up at 17. Smith back to serve. As dug out by Bullock. Smith over to Parker. Dug out by Smith. Seal. And sent over as Roach. Dug out by Anderson. Ooh, saved there by Cameron. Parker over the net. Seal. Roach blocked by Parker. Dug out by Smith. Seal over to Higgins. Dug out by Anderson. Cameron passes to Bethea. Tips it over. Higgins digs it out over to Seal. Sent over right on the line. And the Tigers retake the lead 18-17. Well done by Seal. Next serve. As dug out. As Cameron setting up Parker. Gets that one down and in. We're tied up at 18 as Parker gets on the board. Next serve coming up is Hayden, who just checked back in. 18-all in the second. And Seal gets it in the air and pushing it over. Cameron over to Bethea. Dug out by Sheets. Seal the long chase over to Roach. Blocked. And we're going to get Chad in the net here as Roane State back on top, 19-18. I think that was McElwain that got caught in the net there. Serve up from Hayden. Dug out by Sheets. Seal. McElwain in the net. And Roane State on the back stretch, 20-18. Subs coming in here for Chattanooga State. Roach and Seal check out. Henrique and Gibson will check in. 20-18 is a Roane State lead here in the second. Gets this one over the net and long. 20-19. Smith and Sneed into the game as Sheets. McElwain check out. 1 point Roane State lead here in the second. That's serve. And off the official. That's going to be ace to tie the game up at 20. Good serve there from Sneed. Next serve here from the Tigers. 20-all here in the second. Dug out by Hayden. Cameron slapped over. Higgins. Gibson over to Henrique. Off of Hayden. Saved by Cameron. Bullock will find a way over the net. Higgins. Gibson. Henrique tipped and in. Chat State on a 3-0 run. The lead at 21-20. And Roane State will call their final timeout here in the second set, trailing by 1. Take the break with them here on the X Sports Network.
There are now more ways to save at Quick Mart. Become a Quick Club member and easily earn rewards on qualifying purchases at Quick Mart convenience stores using the Quick Club app, available in the Apple App Store and Google Play. To save on fuel for work, use the Fuel Rewards Pro app to earn 5 cents a gallon on work fill-ups and redeem the savings for yourself. To get started, visit fuelrewards.com/pro or download the app in the Apple App Store and Google Play.
This is the X Sports Network.
Chat State on a 3-0 run. They lead at 21-20 here late in the second set. Roane State has called both of their timeouts here in the second set. Trying to stem the tide here. Raiders led as many as 6 at one point. Back to serve is Sneed. Dug out by Hayden. Cameron setting up Parker. Long. And again, out of the timeout, nothing going for Roane State. 22-20 Tigers. Next serve here from Sneed. Dug out by Anderson. Cameron. Here over by Bethea. And she'll get the kill. 1 point game, 22-21. Cathcart into the game. Parker back to serve. Sent over and sent back. Cathcart slams it down. We're tied up at 22. Parker back to serve. Dug out by Sneed. Gibson. And Anderson will get it over the net. Jalen Anderson, Cameron, Bethea. Deflects down. Roane State retakes the lead 23-22, and Chat State will call their final timeout here of the second set, trailing by 1. We'll take the break with them on the X Sports Network.
Southern Craft Manufacturing is dedicated to creating the finest quality and greatest value products in the death care industry. Southern Craft has perfected blending old world craftsmanship with modern manufacturing technologies to create a full line of steel, wood, and corrugated caskets. Family owned and operated for over 30 years, Southern Craft is now looking to hire local and regional truck drivers, welders, and production workers, each with great starting pay and a benefits package. For more information, visit Southern Craft MF.
This is the X Sports Network.
Back here at Roane State, where the Raiders have taken a 23-22 lead here, as Chat State has taken their final timeout here of the second set. Serving it up is Parker. Diving save by Sneed, goes wide. Now set point for the Raiders. Next serve. Dug out by Anderson. Gibson. Over to Henrique. Slaps it over. Parker. Cameron slaps it over. And in! Roane State is going to take the second set 25-22. We are all knotted up at a set apiece. We'll take a short break. Then we'll have the start of the third set. We return on the X Sports Network.
The Raptor Series from Hustler Turf. A premium line of residential mowers. Designed with a wide stance for operator comfort, a one-piece 11-gauge steel frame and welded steel deck for added durability, finished off with premium Kawasaki V-twin power. We are Hustler Turf, and this is Hustler Country.
For high school athletes, every game counts. You push your limits and you chase your dreams. But when injury strikes, you need more than just recovery. At Southern Tennessee Orthopedics, we're here to get you back in the game faster and stronger. From cutting-edge treatments to personalized and compassionate care, we're here for your every move. Our specialized team of experts encompass decades of experience in sports-related injuries. Dr. Paul Thomas, Melanie Durham, and Julie Marcus offer the most comprehensive care from diagnosis to recovery. With advanced treatments and tailored rehabilitation plans, we'll help you heal stronger and faster. Trust Southern Tennessee Orthopedics to keep you at your best because your future is worth it.
At Smith Tax and Business Service, we offer many services. Along with personal income tax prep, we also offer tax preparation for corporations and partnerships. If you're a small business and looking for some extra help, give us a shout and we'll get you fixed up. Call Mary Beth Smith, Marion Matthews, Brooklyn Bates, or Michelle Staggs to find out how we can help you. Located at 208 Pulaski Street, phone 931-244-6633.
Being raised in Tennessee, we believe in the importance of family and community. Creating a positive experience at our family-owned and operated business is one of the ways we share that belief.
Being in an accident can be extremely stressful. When it came time for my repairs, Mashburn's made it easy.
I am lucky to have a wonderful company in my community like Mashburn's Collision Center. It's reassuring to know that I'm in good hands because their work is second to none.
We pride ourselves that the Mashburn name is one of the most trusted in Lawrence County since 1981. Mashburn's Collision Center. Let our family take care of yours.
Shop McMaster's Home Gallery for furniture, appliances, and more. And shop quality, shop convenience, shop service, shop local. A family-owned business with a long history of serving the region. We're a one-stop home furnishings destination. We feature brands you know, competitively priced, backed by professional installation and service. You can trust that we'll take good care of you before and after the sale. For your home, shop smart. Shop McMaster's Home Gallery today.
This is the X Sports Network.
And back here at Roane State, where the Lady Raiders took the second set from Chat State 25-22. We're all knotted up at a set apiece here in this pivotal third set here between the Tigers and the Raiders. Exciting action here between the two so far as Roane State will serve it up to start the third set. 1-all. Chat State took the first 25-17. Roane State the second 25-22. Serve up here from Parker. That one goes wide, and Chat State will start off with a 1-0 lead. Back to serve here for the Tigers will be Sydney Smith. Their serve, dug out by Jalen Anderson. Cameron setting up Bethea. And that one is too strong. That will make it 2-0 Chattanooga to start off the third set. Roane State had gotten off the quick starts in the first and the second, but slow start here in the third. Next serve from Smith. Off of Hayden and down for the ace. 3-0 Tigers. Smith back to serve again. Dug out by Hayden. In the air, Cameron. And slamming that one down is Bethea. Good answer for Roane, now 3-1. Big hit there from the Raiders' leading kill getter. Came in with 86 on the air to go along with 134 digs. Serve up from Cameron, dug out by Higgins. Seal, Henrique. Diving save by Cameron. Bullock will send it back over. Higgins, Seal. Henrique tipped over. Bethea in the air. Bullock back between the lines. Cameron over the net. Dug out by Anderson. Seal. Higgins tipped. Cameron digs it out. Passes over to Bullock. Anderson long. And it's 4-1 Tigers. Smith and Sneed into the game. Sneed back to serve. Serve up from here from Sneed. Dug out from Bullock. Cameron here to Bethea. Dug out by Anderson. Seal. That one is in. Tigers now leading at 5-1 here in the third. Sneed back to serve again. Over the net, dug out by Bethea. Battle at the net, and Henrique's going to take advantage of it. Gets the kill, now 6-1 Tigers. Serve up from Sneed, another rocket, down and in, another ace, their second of the set, 7-1 Chat State. And a timeout will be called here by Roane State as they trail 7-1 here in the third. We'll take it with them on the X Sports Network.
Make your property rock and roll with services from G&S Excavating, specializing in white sand, compost, mulch, topsoil, landscape gravel, and steel landscape edging. Turn to the pros who know how to make your project shine with years of experience. The best part is they're locally owned and operated. Choose from a vast selection of mulch and rock from their conveniently located facility at number 3 Valley Road in Lawrenceburg, just off Buffalo Road. Phone 931-279-3841 and get started.
This is the X Sports Network.
7-1 is the Chattanooga State lead here in the third set as Roane State just called their first timeout as we are all knotted up at a set apiece. Sneed ready to deliver once again here for the Tigers, who have come on really strong here in the third. That serve will be strong. So Chat State gets a break there on the serve. It's now 7-2. Foster comes in for Hayden. And back to serve is Bethea. Serve up. Dug out by Sneed. Seal. Here to Henrique off the net. Smith gets in the air. Higgins will get it over. Bethea. Cameron. Foster. Block. Dug out by Bullock. Cameron. Here to Anderson. Dug out by Anderson on the other side. Seal. Higgins slaps it over. Dug out by Cameron. Bullock. Anderson. And didn't hit it great. Didn't need to. It's now 8-3. Kind of mishit it there and finds its way in the soft spot in the Tiger defense. Bethea to serve again. Is dug out. Now Seal. Henrique slaps it over. Dug out by Cameron. Bullock. And a miscommunication between Foster and Cathcart. That makes it 8-3 Tigers. Next serve up here from Seal, up by 5. Dug out by Foster, sent back over and in. Not exactly how she drew it up, doesn't matter. Cuts the lead in half, 8-4 here in the third. Bullock to serve. Dug out by Sneed. Henrique. And if Higgins got it over, dug out by Anderson. Cameron. And Bullock does get it over. Anderson. Seal. Higgins. Dug out by Bullock. Anderson. Over to Foster. Dug out by Sneed. Seal. Deflected down and in for Henrique. The kill. Now 9-4 Tigers. Back to serve here is Anderson. Dug out by Foster, sent back over, and Higgins hits it straight in the net, but saved by Anderson. Cameron, Foster, second shot. Dug out by Anderson. Seal over to Higgins. Gets redemption down and in. 10-4 Tigers. What a wild point here between these two, as Anderson will go back and serve, leading by 6. Dug out by Bullock. Cameron over to Foster, tipped, and finds its way in. 10-5 Chat State. Anderson back to serve here for the Raiders. gets that one over. Now Smith. That is dug out by Anderson. Cameron setting up Bullock. Baseball hits it over. That one goes wide. Now it's 10-6. Anderson the serve again. Is dug out by Sneed. Seal. Higgins. That one is in. 11-6, Chat State. Sheets will come in along with McElwain as Sneed and Malia Smith will check out. Cameron setting up Parker. Block down and in. McElwain with the block, make it 12-6 Tigers. Next serve coming up here for Sheets. Bullock, Cameron slaps it over, dug out by Anderson. Seal over to Higgins. Dug out by Bethea. Parker gets it back between the lines. Bullock does get it over the net. Seal, Higgins. That is long. 5-point game as the Raiders catch a break. Hayden now in for Foster, and she will go back and serve. That serve dug out by Anderson. Seal. Higgins again. Blocked down and in. Bethea gets that one. Now 12-8. Hayden back to serve again. Trailing once by 6, now trailing by 4. Off of Sheets. Anderson setting up Smith. And that one's in. A good answer for the Tigers. 13-8. Now Higgins back to serve here for Chat State. As Gibson will come in for Seal. Higgins serve, dug out by Anderson. Hayden. And Bullock will get it over the net. Higgins. Gibson. Smith. Blocked. Down and in. Cameron that time with the block. 13-9. Cathcart checking in. Bullock will come out. Parker back to serve here for Roane State. That serve off the net. Saved by Sheets. Gibson. Smith. Dug out by Hayden. Anderson passes over to Parker, who gets it over. Higgins. Gibson. Smith. Dug out by Anderson. Cameron over to Bethea. Right on the back line. 13-10. Raiders cutting into the lead. Next serve up from Parker. Dug out by Higgins. Gibson. And Smith off of the face of Parker. They're saying that Roane State was in the net, so it was going to be a point for the Tigers anyways. Smith back to serve, up 4 here in the third. It's dug out by Hayden. Now passing over to Bethea. In the air, Sheets way in the rafters. And Henrique doesn't hit it well. It's fading away. It's going to be a tough hit anyways. 14-11. Roane State back on the board. It's Cameron with the serve. Dug out by Anderson. Higgins. Henrique over the net. Dug out by Bullock. Bethea over and in. Hits it, gets him with the changeup, leads down the 2, 14-12. Now Chat State call their first time out here of the third set, leading by 2. We will take the break with them here on the X Sports Network.
At Lawrenceburg Federal Bank, we're proud to be locally owned and operated because we're not just a bank, we're family. When you call, you'll be greeted by a friendly representative who's ready to discuss your banking needs, as well as offer our competitive rates on CDs and money market accounts. Our loan decisions are made in-house and never sold to a secondary market because our commitment is simple. You matter to us. At Lawrenceburg Federal, we offer all the conveniences of larger banks with a personal touch. Join us at Lawrenceburg Federal Bank, where community, trust, and service come together.
This is the X Sports Network.
Chat State has called their first timeout as they lead Roane State 14-12 here in the third set. All knotted up in a set apiece. Tigers taking the first, 25-17. Raiders taking the second, 25-22. Battle at the net. Got over to the Raiders. Cameron now over to Bethea. Tipped over. Higgins digs it out. Gibson. Henrique tipped. Bethea. Anderson over. Play on. Gibson slaps it over. Bullock in the air. Hayden. Bethea slaps it over Higgins. Gibson. Henrique. That one's in. Tigers getting the point out of the timeout. 3-point lead, 15-12. Sneed and Malia Smith in. Sneed back to serve. 3-point Tiger lead here in the third. Dug out by Bullock. Cameron. Bethea. Gets it over Higgins. Gibson. That one is in. Henrique with the kill. 16-12. So Sneed back to serve with a 4-point lead here in the third. 16-12 as we've gone past the midway point. Next serve. And in the air, Cameron. Bethea kind of back slaps it over. Gibson, Henrique, off the top of the net. Cameron sends it back but wide. Well, 17-12 Tigers. Out of the timeout, it's been all Chat State in this one. Next serve. And that one is in for the ace for Sneed. Now 18-12. Tigers on a 4-0 run out of the timeout. Next serve. Bethea gets it in the air. Bullock will get it over the net. Anderson. Gibson. Henrique tipped over. Cameron can't save it. Another kill, 19-12. And Roane State will call their final timeout, trailing by 7. Here in the third, we will take the break with them here on the X Sports Network.
Flooring sets the tone throughout your home.
For flooring that makes the right first impression, start by choosing us, Floored by Justin.
A one-stop flooring destination. Our new location stands alone for unequaled customer service and selection. Owner Justin Story's mastery of custom hardwood inlays means every room can have a custom look. Discover how the right choice of hardwood, laminate, carpet, or tile can set the tone in your home. Contact Floored by Justin today.
This is the X Sports Network.
19-12 is the Chattanooga State lead here in the third set. Called a timeout, went on a 5-0 run. Roane State called their final timeout here in the third. We're all knotted up at a set apiece. Chat State taking the first 25-17. Roane State the second 25-22. Sneed back to serve again here for the Tigers. Serve up. It's dug out by Hayden. Cameron. Cathcart. Dug out by Higgins. Gibson over to Henrique. Cameron. Bethea over. Dug out by Higgins. setting up Henrique, blocked. And they won't be able to save it. Good defense by the Raiders. Getting the point out of the timeout, cutting the lead down to 6. Foster will come in for Hayden. Bethea back to serve, down 6 here in the third. Over the net, and pinballs around. And that one dug out. Cameron over to Foster in the net. And Chat State on the back stretch here now, 20-13. Seal is checked back in. She'll go back and serve here for the Tigers. Dug out by Bullock. Cameron setting up Anderson. Dug out by Anderson on the other side. Seal now to Higgins. That one into the second deck and in. 21-13. Seal back to serve again. 8-point lead here in the third. Dug out by Foster in the net. Cameron can't save it. A good job by Malia Smith with the hard dig. 22-13. Serve up. Dug out by Bethea. Send up Foster in the net. 10-point lead, 23-13. Seal ready to go again. That one will go long. A break for the Raiders. 23-14. Bullock back to serve here for Roane State. It's dug out by Anderson. Seal. And in the air, saved by Cameron. Jalen Anderson over the net. Anderson. Seal. Henrique tipped over. Pinballs around. Foster will get it over. Anderson. Seal. Henrique again. Dug out by Bullock. Cameron tries to save it. Bethea can't. Set point now coming up for the Tigers. Another kill for Henrique. Came in with 75 on the year. He's had a bunch already this evening. Next serve from Anderson. Dug out by Foster. Cameron. Anderson blocked. Down and in. Chat State will take the third set, 25-14. They lead this one 2-1. They'll try to close it out when we go to the fourth set. That is next on the X Sports Network.
Are you looking for the perfect refrigerator? What about a new stove or washer or dryer? It only makes sense to shop at the one place that specializes in appliances, top to bottom, big or small. And that's Kelly Appliance in Lawrenceburg. Kelly Appliance is home to all major name brands, including LG. LG makes life good with a full selection of refrigerators, cooking appliances, dishwashers, microwaves, and more, including appliances made right here in Tennessee. Family owned and family operated. Stop by Kelly Appliance on Jerry Street in Lawrenceburg today.
The Summit of Lawrenceburg is the premier senior and assisted living community in the region. The Summit makes it home for you or your loved one with diverse suites that welcome and encourage community, plus gathering spaces, neighborhoods, daily activities, and a wonderful staff that supports you every day.
Hi, I'm Tara Blue. I'm the new director of the Summit, and we would like to invite you and your family to come and tour our facility. We would love to see you here.
Are you looking for a non-factory job environment? Livingstone Freight Solutions is a 3PL company that began managing warehouses in Tennessee, Alabama, and Mississippi. With our multiple shifts and experienced management team, our goal is to give you as an employee a safe family work environment and competitive wages. We offer a wide variety of employment opportunities from forklift drivers to management level positions. We also strive to offer a competitive benefit package and PTO options. For more information or to apply, visit us at livingstonefs.com or give us a call at 931-269-3255.
Hey everyone, this is Landon Saunders.
And this is Nate Patterson with Cloud9 Fiber.
We're excited to finally be able to offer Lawrenceburg our blazing fast, reliable, and affordable fiber internet services.
If you're looking for a more reliable and more affordable provider, we at Cloud9 Fiber have you covered.
Plans start at $50 a month, and we can offer up to a gigabit to your home or business.
We are excited to be able to offer your first month of service entirely free. We encourage you to sign up on cloud9fiber.com or by calling 931-201-9098 so we can help you make the switch today.
Volco Auto Supply in Lawrenceburg has a legacy of being a family-owned and operated company. Since 1927, our business has grown and evolved into today's one-stop source for all your automotive supplies. But in that time, one thing has stayed the same, and that's our commitment to our customers and their needs. At Volco Auto Supply, you'll find everything for your car, truck, or even fleet of vehicles, but with good old-fashioned customer service the way it needs to be. That's Volco Auto Supply, 416 Buffalo Road in Lawrenceburg. Visit VolcoAuto.com.
This is the X Sports Network.
Chattanooga State took the third set from Roane State, 25-14. They lead it 2-1. Tigers are going to try to close it out here in the fourth, while the Raiders try to extend it to a fifth and decisive set. Smith back to serve for Chat State on your screen, going from left to right. Roane State on your screen, going from right to left. Serve here from Smith. Dug out by Anderson. Cameron, Cathcart. Dug out by Smith. Gibson. Henrique's shot blocked. Smith. Henrique again. Over. Saved by Cameron. Bullock. And Cathcart will get it over the net. Gibson. Over to Henrique again. Dug out by Anderson. Cameron over to Bethea. That one hit the antenna, so a point coming up for the Tigers. 1-0 here in the fourth. Smith to serve again. Is dug out by Hayden. Cameron here to Bethea. Blocked, but wide, and we are tied up at 1. Another kill for Bethea, the team's leader, coming into tonight. Next serve, a rocket dug out by Higgins. Gibson in the air. Henrique, that one finds its way down. 2-1 Tigers here in the fourth. Sneed and Malia Smith will come in for Sheets and Sydney Smith. And Sneed back to serve. Dug out by Bethea, passes over to Cameron. Now to Cathcart, that deflects around. In the air, Higgins gets it over. Setting up Bethea, who gets it over. Anderson, Gibson, Henrique slaps it over. Hayden, Cameron over to Bethea again. That one is in. We're tied up at 2. Foster will come in for Hayden. Bethea back to serve. Dug out by Anderson. Gibson. Now to Henrique. Saved by Bethea. Cameron back between the lines, and Bullock will get it over the net. Anderson, Gibson, Henrique. Blocked down and in by Cathcart. 3-2 Raiders. Bethea back to serve. Dug out by Anderson. Gibson. That one deflected in for Henrique. 3-3 here in the fourth. Seal will check in for Gibson. She'll go back and serve. 3-3 here in the fourth. Chat State with a 2-1 advantage. Dug out by Bethea. Cameron tries for Anderson. Not a good pass. 4-3 Tigers after back-to-back points. Next serve. Dug out by Bethea, in for the ace. 5-3. Serve up from Seal. Dug out by Bethea. Cameron here to Foster. That is dug out by Anderson. Seal here to Henrique and goes wide. Now 5-4. Up. Yep, goes wide. Bullock back to serve. As dug out by Anderson. Seal. And Sneed can't get it over as that one went up in the rafters. We're tied up at 5. Bullock with another serve. Off of Anderson, in for the ace. A 4-0 run here for Roane State to take a 6-5 lead here in the fourth. Bullock with another serve. Dug out by Sneed. Seal. Higgins had one to good pass, make it a 5-0 run and a 7-5 lead. And Chat State will call their first timeout here in the fourth set, trailing by 2. We'll take the break with them here on the X Sports Network.
Hey everyone, this is Landon Saunders.
And this is Nate Patterson with Cloud9 Fiber.
LUS is committed to our customers, from providing and maintaining energy-efficient utility services to friendly, helpful customer service. LUS is there. At LUS, we're always challenging everything we know, every day. We strive to improve efficiency and reliability while focusing on our responsibility to our customers and the community. It's our promise to provide dependable service to our customers every time. Because we don't just work in Lawrence County, we live here too.
This is the X Sports Network.
And back here at Roane State, where the Raiders on a 5-0 run as they lead Chat State here 7-5 in the fourth set. Chat State with a 2-1 set advantage, trying to make a comeback here to close out in the fourth, but the Raiders trying to keep it alive and send it to a fifth and decisive set. Serve up here from Bullock. That one goes long. And a good timeout for the Tigers to cut the lead down to 1. Anderson back to serve. Gets it over. That is dug out by Bullock. Cameron here to Foster. Dug out by Sneed. Goes into the second row. 8-6 Raiders. Waylon Anderson back to serve. Dug out by Sneed. Seal. Here to Smith. Dug out by Bethea. Anderson off of the scoreboard. Can't be saved by Bullock. Make it 8-7. Whole host of subs coming in for the Tigers. McElwain and Sheets. Sheets will serve. Dug out by Bullock. Cameron over to Parker. Tipped. Sheets digs it out. Seal. Here to Smith. Tipped. Bullock digs it out over to Cameron. Cameron now to Foster. Punches it over. Saved. Seal sent over. Bullock in the air. Cameron over to Foster again. Dug out by Anderson. Seal. Higgins. Dug out by Anderson. Cameron over to Foster again. Tipped over. Dug out by Seal. Anderson now to Smith. Tipped and in. Tied up at 8. Back-to-back points for the Tigers. Checking in for Sheets is Lively. She will see her first action and go back and serve. That is dug out by Bethea. Cameron. And sent over by Foster. Anderson. Seal. Smith. Tipped over and in. A 3-0 run makes it 9-8 Tigers. Lively to serve again. Dug out by Bethea off to the side, an ace. A 4-0 run. 10-8. Serve here from Lively. Dug out by Bethea. Cameron, here to Parker. That one's in, just inside the line. Raiders get the lead down the one, 10-9. Hayden will check in for Foster. And Hayden back to serve. Dug out as Higgins will slap it over, blocked. Down and in by Parker to tie it up at 10. Good action at the net here from both sides. Another serve for Hagen coming up. Dug out by Lively, Seal, Smith. Dug out by Hayden, Bullock. Bethea blocked, dug out by Bullock. Hayden. Bethea again, tipped over, dug out by Smith. Lively. And Smith tipped. Anderson digs out on the back line. Cameron over to Bethea. That is dug out by Lively. Seal, Smith. Saved by Hayden. Cameron can get it over, tried the fake pass, and that gives the Tigers a lead back 11-10. Subs coming in, Gibson for Seal. Back to serve is Higgins. Dug out by Anderson. Passed over to Bethea. Lively. And Gibson tries the same thing, can't get it over. But tied up at 11. It's rare that you see that in volleyball. That your setter tries to get it over for a kill and both hit it back in the net on back-to-back points. Parker back to serve for the Raiders. Lively, Gibson, Smith in the net. Roane State, 3-0 run. Back-to-back points to make it 12-11. Scored 3 of the last 4. Parker to serve again. Higgins digs it out. Gibson, Smith, blocked down and in. It's Cathcart. 3-0 run, 13-11. Next serve. Dug out by Lively. Gibson setting up Higgins. In the net. Where Cathcart or Bethea got a hand on it. 14-11, a 4-0 run here for the Raiders. Fans making a lot of noise here in Harriman as that one goes in the net. A break for the Tigers ends the run, 14-12. Next serve. Dug out by Anderson. Cameron here to Cathcart down the middle. Sent back over by Gibson, and they're going to call a double hit. 15-12. As Cameron, the left-hander, will go back and serve. Dug out by Higgins. Gibson. Henrique slapped over off of Cameron. Bullock saves it. Cameron will get it over the net. Gibson over to Henrique. Blocked. Bullock. Gibson sends over. Double hits it again. 16-12. And head coach Christy Lenore. Conversation here with the officials. Didn't agree with the last two against Gibson. Cameron back to serve. Seal will come in for Gibson. It was dug out by Anderson, passes over to Seal. Now to Henrique. Dug out by Hayden. Cameron saves it again. Bullock over the net. Anderson. Seal. Henrique tipped over. Saved by Bethea. Cameron in the net, double hits it. And a point for the Tigers. 3-point game, 16-13 Raiders here in the fourth. Sneed and Malia Smith in for McLean and Lively. Smith out as well. Sneed serve. Dug out by Bullock. Cameron in the air. And Pimp somehow got over by Sneed. Cameron. Anderson. That's dug out by Seal in the back line. Sneed. Seal over to Higgins. Dug out by Cameron. Bullock. Setting up Anderson. Dug out by the other Anderson. Seal. Henrique. That one is in. And another point back to back here for the Tigers. Another kill for Henrique. 16-14 here in the fourth. Next serve. Dug out by Bethea. Cameron in the air, over the net. Just a bit wide. A 3-0 run, 16-15. Much to the dismay of the fans here at Roane State. Next serve up here from Sneed. Bethea digs it out. Cameron. Over to Anderson. Tipped over and in. A good answer by the Raiders. 2-point game, 17-15. Foster in for Hayden. And Bethea back to serve. Over the net, a rocket. Dug out by Anderson. Seal. Henrique. That one's in. Finds its way through and down, 17-16. Next serve from Seal. Bethea in the net, an ace. 17 all here in the fourth. Next serve up. Cameron in the air to Foster. Punches it over. Seal. That one's down. Foster on the board. Raiders with the lead back 18-17. Next serve up is Bullock. Swing and a miss. It's down for the ace. 19-17 Raiders. Huge points. Next serve up here from Bullock. Henrique. Cameron digs it out. Foster gets it over. Dug out by Anderson. Seal. Henrique tipped and in. 1 point game again. 19-18 late in the fourth. Anderson with the serve. Dug out by Bethea. Cameron over to Foster. Dug out into the third row. Roane State on the back stretch, 20-18. Big kill from Foster. Jalen Anderson the serve. Dug out by Smith. Nobody's there. 3-point lead. And Chat State is forced to call their final timeout here of the fourth set, trailing by 3. Take the break with them on the X Sports Network.
Jack Davis Insurance, located at 201 West Gain Street in Lawrenceburg, has you covered through life's obstacles. Jack Davis specializes in group insurance for businesses and institutions of all sizes. With coverage for life, accidents, cancer, critical illness, short-term disability, dental, and vision, Jack Davis can customize a plan to meet every need. Now available Medicare plans for seniors. Contact Paige Davis at 931-492-9284 today for Medicare Supplement, Medicare Advantage, and prescription drug plan insurance. Serving Lawrence and surrounding counties since 1987, call the team at Jack Davis Insurance today at 931-242-5225.
This is the X Sports Network.
And back here at Roane State, Chat State has called their final timeout. Raiders leading at 21-18. Tigers, though, with a 2-1 advantage. Tigers looking to close it out here in the fourth. Raiders, they win it, will force a fifth and decisive set. Smith digs it out. Seal. Higgins. That one's in. A good answer for the Tigers out of the timeout. 21-19. It's a Lively back in. She'll go back and serve. That's over the net. Oh, what a lucky break. Foster got it over. Great job by Cameron. Smith tipped it over. Diving save by Anderson. Parker, no, it will not get it over. And now the timeout, back-to-back points. It's a 1-point game here late in the fourth. Next serve up. That's dug out by Bethea. Bullock now over to Foster. Seal here to Smith. We're tied. What a big hit by Smith. 21 all. Now Roane State will call their final timeout here in the fourth. We'll take the break with them as well here on the X Sports Network.
Arts, crafts, stationery, journals, books, educational toys, wrapping paper, devotionals, greeting cards, and much more can all be found at Paper and Thread in downtown Lawrenceburg. Shop local to find the perfect gift or have a custom gift basket made for just the right occasion. Paper and Thread has a party room now available for birthdays, classes, and so much more. We could go on and on about all the neat things you'll find at Paper and Thread, but you just need to hop in your car and head down there. 106 North Military Avenue in Lawrenceburg is where you'll find them and discover what makes Paper and Thread awesome. That's Paper and Thread in downtown Lawrenceburg, 106 North Military.
This is the X Sports Network.
21 all here in the fourth. Chattanooga State serving it up. Another good play by Cameron. Foster over. Battle at the net. It's sent out Now Smith tips over, saved by Anderson. Cameron over to Foster. That one is in. 22-21 Raiders. Big hit from Foster. Hayden will check in for her and go back and serve. Chattanooga State called a timeout on 21-18, went on a 3-0 run. Then Roane State called a timeout and get a point out of that. So Hayden back to serve, up one here in the fourth. Dug out by Lively. Seal. Higgins. That one's in. Tied up at 22. Big hit for Higgins, a team leader in kills. Higgins will serve. Serve up. Dug out by Hayden. Cameron. Bethea tipped. Smith digs it out. Seal back to Smith. Tipped. Hayden digs it out. Anderson now over to Bethea. Slapped over. Higgins. Seal. Back to Higgins. Dug out by Hayden. Cameron over to Bethea. Dug out by Higgins. Seal over to Smith. Blocked. And it's in. Back to back for Roane. 23-22 here in the fourth. Cathcart in for Bullock. Back to serve as Parker. Serve. Dug out by Higgins. Seal. Smith. Dug out by Anderson. Passes perfectly over to Cameron. Bethea tipped over. Saved by Seal. Smith over. Dug out by Anderson. Ooh, Parker. Bethea taken advantage of by Smith. 23 all here in the fourth. Serve up. Dug out by Bullock. Sent over by Cameron. Higgins. Seal. Henrique. Off of Anderson. Bullock in the air. And Cameron. Baseball swings over. Dug out by Smith. Seal. Here to Henrique. Tipped over. Pinballs around. And in. Set point for Chat State. And Roane State will call the final timeout, trailing by one here in the fourth. We will take it with them on the X Sports Network.
Want to take the next steps in taking care of your health? Tennessee Valley Allergy Services can make your goals a reality. Their team of doctors, nurses, and medical professionals are dedicated to providing allergy care and treatment, such as drops and shots, to fit your exact needs. Their expert services are for anyone ages 2 and older. Whether you struggle with environmental or food allergies, they've got you covered. Discover a better you at Tennessee Valley Allergy Services, located right next to the Zaxby's in Lawrenceburg. Book online or call 931-325-0757 to schedule your appointment today.
This is the X Sports Network.
Set point coming up here for Chat State. Here in the fourth, they lead it 2-1, leading this one 24-23. Serving it up is Smith. Dug out by Hayden. Cameron, Bethea, and we are going to extra points, tied up at 24. Big hit from Bethea. Next serve from Cameron, dug out by Higgins. Henrique, dug out by Bullock. Cameron, over to Bethea, gets it over. Anderson, Seal, Henrique, and Bullock sends it back, saved by Lively. Seal, Henrique over and in. Tigers get the point anyway, 25-24. Serve up will be Snee. Set point, 25-24. Cameron over to Anderson. Sent back over, blocked by Malia Smith. Anderson again, tipped over, dug out by Seal. Anderson to Henrique for the win. Got it over. Bullock Cameron. That one is in. And they will take the fourth set, 26-24, and they will come away with a 3-1 thrilling win here in Harriman, Tennessee. The Tigers improved to 8-2 overall, 4-1 within the TCCAA. The Raiders dropped to 2-13 overall and 1-4 within the league. Our next TCCAA game of the week will be women's soccer. Roane State will visit Columbia State on Sunday afternoon. Our next volleyball game will be on October 11th as the same Chattanooga State team will visit Dyersburg State. But for now, this is AJ Good on the X Sports Network. Have a great evening, and we will see you guys on Sunday.
This is the X Sports Network.